All right, let's take a look at our notes on The Most Dangerous Game by Richard Connell. Author Richard Connell was born October 17, 1893, in Dutchess County, New York. He began writing for newspapers when he was just 10 years old. He covered baseball games and got 10 cents per story. He continued writing for newspapers for several years. Richard Connell attended Georgetown University for a while working for his father, a congressman. He graduated from Harvard in 1915 and served in World War I. He started freelance writing in 1919. In 1919, he married Louise Herrick Fox, a writer and editor. They moved to Beverly Hills, California in 1925. He worked for film studios, United Artists, Paramount Studios, Universal, and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. The Most Dangerous Game was published in 1925, is Connell's most well-known story. Connell also published plays, novels, and screenplays. He died at home of a heart attack on November 22, 1949. The Most Dangerous Game, introducing the story. The Most Dangerous Game was written 96 years ago in 1924 when big game hunting was seen as a glamorous sport. Many adventurers in the early 1900s hunted exotic game, wild or unusual animals in exotic places. This story is set in the early 1920s on a small, lush island in the Caribbean Sea, located north of the South American country Venezuela, to the south of Jamaica, and to the west of Costa Rica. The climate is tropical. Columbus was the first European to enter the Caribbean. The Most Dangerous Game. Setting. The adventure story is set on Ship Trap Island, a mysterious island inhabited by General Zaroff. The Most Dangerous Game. Now we're going to talk about plot format, characterization, theme, mood, and tone. Here you look at the plot format. And the cloud is your conflict cloud, struggle between opposing forces. The expedition introduces characters, background, setting, and situation. Rising action, at least 3 statements that summarize the story. Climax, point where the protagonist changes. Falling action, 1 statement that leads to the end of the conflict. And resolution, the end of the conflict. Here we have man versus nature, man versus himself. The setting is Ship Trap Island. The protagonist is Ransford. The antagonist is Zaroff. Oops, sorry. Let's go back. Ransford swims to Ship Trap Island. Ransford is hunted by Zaroff. Ransford jumps over the cliff to escape. Ransford hides in Zaroff's room. Ransford and Zaroff fight. Ransford kills Zaroff. Character analysis of Ransford. Characterization. Connell uses indirect characterization to develop Ransford. Ransford is an excellent hunter. Ransford has written a book about hunting. Ransford recognizes the cartridge that he picks up as that of a .22 caliber gun. Ransford sets traps for Zaroff. Ransford is the only person to survive the game with Zaroff. Ransford does view hunting animals as murder. He says animals don't understand fear. He says that Zaroff is a murderer because he hunts people. Cannell uses indirect characterization to develop Zaroff. Zaroff is an excellent hunter. No one has survived his game so far. He is no longer challenged by hunting animals. He has read lots of books about hunting. Zaroff is sophisticated and refined. He has read books about hunting that were written in English, French, and Russian. He hums a tune from an opera. He lives in a well-decorated chateau, oaken panels, high ceiling, vast refectory table. He serves a sophisticated, refined meal to Ransford. Cannell uses direct characterization to develop Zaroff. Zaroff is either evil or animalistic. He has thick black eyebrows and pointed black mustache. Black, bright eyes at one point, dead black eyes at another point. Curious, red-lipped smile. Ransford is motivated by the desire to stay alive. If Zaroff catches him, he will be killed. Zaroff is motivated by the desire to be challenged in the hunt. Animals had ceased to challenge him. Ransford had presented the best challenge yet. Ransford is a dynamic character. At the beginning, he believes that animals don't feel any fear. Once he is hunted and feels fear, he says he knows how animals feel. When he confronts Zaroff at the end, Ransford tells Zaroff that he is still a beast at bay. He has adopted an animal mentality. Universal theme. In order to fully understand others, we must first walk in their shoes. The mood is suspenseful. Name of the island, Ship Trap. All the references to darkness. The chase. Cannell's tone is straightforward and non-judgmental. Cannell doesn't show bias towards Ransford or Zaroff. He doesn't judge Zaroff's game or Ransford's opinion of the hunted animal. He does comment on the events of the story. He chooses a third-person limited point of view and remains within that context. Think about this as we end this presentation. Zaroff says life is for the strong, to be lived by the strong, and if need be, taken by the strong. The weak of the world were put here to give the strong pleasure. I am strong. Why should I not use my gift? Think about this. Do you agree with Zaroff? All right, that's the end of our presentation.